Alright guys, welcome back to the third update on Typhoon Hinnamnor, actually now Super Typhoon Hinnamnor, and actually now a Category 5 by my estimates. As you can see on the satellite imagery, incredible structure right now. This is pretty much undoubtedly at this stage at least a Super Typhoon. It has at least winds of 150 to 155 miles an hour, but just based on this storm's incredible structure, the incredible banding, the incredible cloud tops around the eye, I have put 160 miles per hour as the wind speed. It's just looking incredible. Also, it did have an eyeball replacement cycle. It did briefly weaken, and I thought that was going to be good, but no, it turns out the eyeball replacement cycle may have made the storm worse, because basically what happened was the eye started to close up, it got cloud filled, and then it just sort of complete the eyeball replacement cycle, uncloud filled the eye, and now we have this, a Category 5 monster approaching the Ryukyu Islands. And it may actually get dragged further south because 98W is actually developing quite well. It actually may become a tropical depression or a tropical storm. If that happens, then stuff's going to happen really. It is going to be so uncertain to track this storm. And then potentially places like China or places like that could even get impacted as well. Maybe even Taiwan. Currently with wind speeds of 160 miles per hour, there's 140 knots, gusting with winds of 185 miles per hour, a pressure of 924 millibars. It is moving east at 13 miles per hour as of this latest update brought to you by Curtis Simplified. So take a look at the JTWC forecast cone right now. Officially they have it at 125 knots. I have it at 140 knots just based on the storm's incredible structure. And you can see later on in that JTWC forecast code, the storm actually goes further south. Now that may be due to uncertainty, or it may be that the storm is actually going further south, and that may be with an interaction with 98W, and then you can see it starts going further up north again. But as a much weakened storm by then, only 95 knots. And you can see the JTWC warning cone is so big, it covers Taiwan, China, and even the southern Japanese islands at that point. So even near South Korea at that point as well. So it's really uncertain where the storm's going to track once it moves into that pit hole, really, and it just stops moving, it looks like. Take a look at the GFS ensembles. You can see they're expecting it to peak with a pressure of 950 millibars. That is definitely out the window at this stage. I believe the latest GFS model though, however, had it like with a pressure of like 922 millibars, which is more respectable, I guess, because the storm is undoubtedly a super typhoon. I think you could maybe say 145 if you're doing satellite estimates, but you know it really at this stage the structure's just going so good, and it's kept that structure for around the last 6 hours now, so the storm is looking very good. But yeah, they're expecting a peak of 950 millibars, which, yeah, not going to happen at this stage. It's already below that. Take a look at the visible imagery. This is from about 6 hours ago, because as you'll see in the zoomed out imagery, you'll see that the sun is just setting over the Philippines. But yeah, great already then. Great convection around that eye. I believe the eye at that point was positive temperatures. Right now, the eye is like 21 degrees Celsius. It may actually be better than that now. Take a look at some zoomed out imagery, and like I said, sun setting over the Philippines. 98W to the bottom of your screen there is actually looking pretty good, and it actually may become a tropical depression or storm. The JTWC's last update actually has this at a high chance of formation now. So it's really going to be a bit weird, because Hinnamnor is basically going to get dragged down south because of the interaction it's going to have with 98W. It's very weird, but you can see that eye, very good structure there, with the eye very clear as well. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Make sure if you live on the Ryukyu Islands, make sure you are ready for a storm stalling. Heavy rainfall and winds will be impacting your area. Mainly the wind damage may be the most significant from this, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. Goodbye.